don't
Yeah.
know, like if you know like some stuff, because you're walking on the hallway,
No.
you got Mark Murphy, if you ever cross and he's saying something, and you just lean in on him like, "What's that, old Marky boy?
They,
What you got? What are you saying over here, buddy?"
they
When
do a
they
pretty good
first
job
of all,
of.
before we get to that, does that ever happen when you're like in a hallway with
No.
a certain person, like two like office guys, like two like whatever it's Mark Murphy or other office people I never heard of that are
Yeah.
really smart and important, and then they're talking, and then they see Wes coming, they're like, "Pipe down, we got the snitch. The snitch is rolling down the hall. We got the reporter." Like, shut it down. Does that happen?
Fortunately, 6 years in, I hope I'm not viewed as the snitch inside Lambeau Field. No, you know what? A couple things that one, COVID has changed everything. I don't really get a chance to be up on 3 or 4, which is the floors with football and football administration and that kind of thing. So that definitely has changed. I won't say that anybody's like trying to withhold information from me at all. I don't think that's the case, but typically, for example, Spoon put out the stuff, Tom Silverstein put out the stuff about Bisaccia and him being the new special teams
Yeah.
coordinator. I wasn't privy to any of that. That was total news to me when I heard it. Now, you might have been able to tie some things together and understand that might have been the direction it goes. You look at the Joe Barry connection, it would make sense. But yeah, that type of stuff I'm not too privy to. But to your point about Rodgers, though, I would like to touch on this a little bit because we do our insider inbox Q&A, right? 20 some
Yeah.
questions a day. And people, this is the question every single day. Doesn't matter what my reply is. We do it 6 days a week. Every day people are asking what's going to happen to Aaron Rodgers next season. I don't know, Matt. I don't know exactly how it's all going to play out, but this is the statement I keep telling Packer fans. Compared to how things feel today on February 9th, as opposed to draft night 2021, the situation, how the relationship, I don't know if you want to call it repaired or built or whatever you want to say, but everyone is on the same page right now. At least that's what the reports are. That's what my feeling is. And everything that Aaron Rodgers has said seems to indicate that. Everyone's been saying the right things. Aaron Rodgers and this team got so close, and I know they got close the year before that too. And I know there's frustration on Packer fans and strong feelings. A lot of people were invested into a Super Bowl this season. But I just feel like where they're at and how they're built and how they could still do some massaging here with the cap to get into 2022, to me, it still makes sense for this unity to stay together. And I understand there's a lot of excitement about the next phase, who that quarterback will be. But as I keep telling people, we do need to live in the present a little bit here. Tomorrow night, we're very easily going to see Aaron Rodgers win his 4th MVP, go back to back. Most valuable player, best player in the league. We're not talking about John Kitna here and trying to find the next guy, right? You're talking about the best in the game. Don't wish away that time. So my personal feeling is it's either going to be him deciding, you know what, I'm ready for the next phase of my life. I would respect that, or I would think he comes back. To me, unless there's something happening that I don't understand, I just feel like where things have headed, the season that they had, the way that this team stuck together, and the way that they persevered through a lot of adversity, it makes sense to me for Aaron Rodgers to be back for 2022.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm actually, because I was confident last year publicly, like I was very vocal, like screaming at people, and it was mostly because my heart, because I love Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I love the Packers. The Packers are obviously better with Aaron Rodgers, and so like last year I was very vocal, like just trash anyone who said anything other than Aaron Rodgers coming back to Green Bay. I was just yelling at. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say yelling at him, but I
No.
was ranting and raving, doing my thing. This year, I'm more confident than I was last year because, like, behind the scenes last year, because we didn't hear from Rodgers for a long time. So, like, silence says a few things. Like, obviously, there was a situation they ended up fixing it. He came back. This year, it seems a little different.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about Brian Goot. I can't say his name, so I'm gonna call him
Gutekunst.
Goody. I'm gonna yeah.
Gutekunst.
There we go. I can't say that name, and if I do say it, I'm gonna disrespect him.
Goody. Yeah.
I'll call him Goody. But I feel like they're vibing a little bit. He's talking about
Yeah.
Pat McAfee, like he even called him a friend. So I feel like there's obviously a cap issue that's way over my head that they're gonna figure
Right.
out. But I feel like his best situation is being in Green Bay, and You know what I mean? I'm a big,
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good football analyst. That's my take.
Yeah, and I don't, and you know what the thing is, man, you don't have to have a strong take on the matter. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like I think so much people are conditioned now to watching. And no disrespect to them, but you know, your talking head television, your ESPNs, all that type
yeah,
of stuff, and everybody has these really strong feelings on things, and this is what's going to happen, or this is what must happen. The reality is that's not the world we live in. It ultimately is also just Brian Gutekunst, Russ Ball, Matt LaFleur, the Packers administration, Aaron Rodgers deciding, okay, do we want to keep this thing going? You know, and Rodgers, you know, just listening to the way, you know, he was talking at the end of the season, you know, and I've covered him now for almost 10 years and he's always been very straightforward. I think that's something he doesn't get nearly enough credit for. He's a pretty straight shooter in terms of what he wants and where things are headed. And, you know, he wasn't ever talking 5 years ago about, I'm thinking about retirement. No, he always talked about playing into his 40s. Now, as he gets closer to that, if he wants to change that, fine, he's entitled to that. But it's not
yeah,
like this guy's been really wishy-washy on things. He's been pretty much telling the Packers what they want to do. And if you look at this past season, you know, whether it was bringing back Randall Cobb or adding a Devondre Campbell or bringing in a Rasul Douglas, or when they needed to, you know, they tried Jalen Smith. It didn't work out, but they at least put that line out there. They found Dennis Kelly. Brian Gutekunst did a fantastic job of building this roster.
he really did.
And I thought that partnership, everybody included, did a really good job of working off each other. I apologize to Packer fans. I feel for them. I know it didn't work out. I know it's going to be tough watching the Super Bowl on Sunday, but the fact of the matter is the Packers were back in the hunt, and to be back in that opportunity, that's something that if Aaron Rodgers isn't the quarterback, I can't guarantee what that next step is going to be. Maybe it is another Hall of Fame quarterback. That'd be fantastic. Fantastic if it is, but you know, you just don't want to wish away that time because